everybody. We are going to make our lanterns for our lantern walks for Hanukkah. So I invite you to gather your supplies together. This is our sample. As you can see, it's super cute, it's super easy to do. So that is what it's going to look like. You should have a glass mason jar, a tea light, a container that has glue in it. You're going to want to add just a tiny bit, like a couple of drops of water to it. I recommend a paintbrush. If you don't want to use a paintbrush, you can use your fingers. And you should have also been given some tissue paper, some colored tissue paper, and string. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is cut your tissue paper into different shapes. You can make a design or a pattern, you could make a star, you could make different objects, you could just simply do squares and make your own patterns. That's what I did here. I had 3 different colors and then I made a different pattern. So what you're going to do is take a scissors, cut out strips. Again, you can make them as big as you want, as small as you want, whatever inspires you. That's what I would recommend doing. And then you're going to take your glue with your little bit of water and your paintbrush, and you're just going to stir it together. It's a super simple, easy project. Take your tissue paper, put it on your mason jar, and then take your glue and you simply paint over it. I recommend just doing the edges. You really don't need to do the entire piece of tissue paper. So it's going to look like that. And you keep going throughout the whole container. You keep putting on pieces, getting your paintbrush a little bit wet. It's going to get pretty sticky and pretty wet pretty quickly. And that's what's going to create our special design for our lanterns. So again, have as much fun with this as you want. Everyone was given 4 different colors of tissue paper, which should be more than enough to cover your lantern. And you're going to want to just go through and keep adding the different colors and making your design. There you go. You can kind of see half of it. I'm going to take a break here. You would obviously continue through the whole thing, but you don't need to watch me do that. You're going to want to twist off the lid and take off the top part. You want to put in your tea light. Underneath is a tiny button. If you turn that on, it'll start to flicker. You can put that in so that way you can get the ambiance. You're going to see what it's going to be like. And then you're going to take your string. And this part you might need a grown-up's help for, just to help with the tying. What you're going to do is just take the string around just the ring part of the lid, and you're going to go across, around one side and just tie a knot. I would recommend double knotting just to make sure that it's on there nice and tight. And then again, it depends how long you want your lantern string to be. This one's probably a little bit too long, but now that I have it on one side, I can better judge how much I'm going to need. So I'm going to cut off some of this excess string, and then I'm going to take the other end, the other side of that lid part, and tie it to that side. And that's going to be how we tie our lantern. Super simple. There you go. So now the lid is attached. You're going to want to just make sure that it's spread out on both sides. You're going to put the topper back on. Make sure the string is on both sides. And you're going to want to twist it on. And there you go. That's your lantern. You're going to want to give the tissue paper about 24 hours to dry just to make sure that it's not wet. I'm going to turn off the lights and show you what my finished one looks like, just so you get a better idea of what the final project will look like for once we are all together on the 12th for our lantern walk. So I hope you can see that. See how it's flickering in there? You can catch the colors. When it gets really dark, it's even better. You can see the colors much better. Here's the one that we just started working on that we have to finish still. You can see how one side is done and the other side is not. But that's how you make a lantern. I hope that you enjoy it and find some time to spread some light and cheer this Hanukkah season.